folks, and welcome to my very first permission that I ever got here in the Scottish Highlands. It's my field of dreams. It's a very busy day here. You'll hear snow shoveling going on, and there's children sledging and people walking dogs. Now I hear a train as well now. So they're all here, but I'm also out on this field with the Detech 13-inch coil to give it a test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find a signal and we'll record that, and then I'm going to put the 24 and the 28 coils, which I have in my rucksack, onto the Simplex, and we're going to see how they find that same signal. Then we'll dig it up and we'll see what it is. It's a real test. Is the 13 going to find things that the 24 and the 28 can't? Watch this space. Hurrah! We have got our signal. So we are on field and we are on 6 bars because it was falsing at the end of my swing on 7 bars on this particular field, even ground balance. So I have now found the signal with this coil. Let's turn the headphones off so you can hear it, because it's screaming nicely in my ear, but you will not have any idea what I'm hearing. Here we go. Okay, that's 4 to 5 bars down, coming in at 49, 50, low 60s. So basically in the 50s somewhere on this coil. I think there's a tiny hint of iron, but I think that is just the thing that the Simplex does when it gets a signal and it's slightly overtuned, and it just grunts a little bit at the end, because that is nice and solid. So let's hope it's not a big old can. It's dropping off as we lift the coil, so it's not. I will need to pause this because I'm now going to have to put a different coil onto my machine. So I shall be back by the magic of TV. Okay, so here we go. This is the stock coil on my Simplex. I've turned it on, but I have not ground balanced it yet, so let's do that together. There's a nice clear bit there. Okay, just so you know that it's operating on the same exact, grounds, and we're nice and equal to the ultimate coil. It's still on field, and it's on field 6. We will check it on field 7 if it doesn't find it, but all right, that's the signal. Okay, it's reading at 3 down on field 6. So it's got it in the 50s, which is what the other coil did. Trying to look at the numbers around the phone there. It's actually, the numbers are a little less jumpy, but it is in the 50s, and that is the stock coil. So the stock coil has found it, as well as the Detech. Now let's put the SP24 on and see what it does. After some time, it's taken both Gavin and I to get this all rehooked up because this one doesn't have a stem. Let's get her turned on, as I had to completely, this came off of my carbon fiber stem. So yes, that was a bit of a job to get this one on, but it's on now properly. Let's get her ground balanced like we did the others. Okay, there we're getting some sound. She was just too quiet, that was all. So we have ground balanced her again, and let's bring her over. That's because this coil's so stable, you think it's not on, but it is. Right. Now, you will see the SP24 has given the most stable signal of any of them on the numbers. It's also unmistakable in the tones. It is reading 4 down on the same setting as the ultimate, read 4 down, and the stock coil read 3 to 4 down. So let's try to get it from another angle. Here we are. 3 to 4 down, And absolutely, that is the most rock solid of the numbers, is the SP24. And it was so quiet, I couldn't even tell that it was on until I ground balanced it. Now, let's dig this up and find out what all this effort has been for. There you are. Right. Right there. So, let's find out what this is after all of this effort. Oh dear. And my microphone's swinging everywhere. It's just trying to hook that so we don't need it at the moment. Put that on the video when we get there. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth when we dig up a moo tube. No, probably not at that level signal. I hope not anyway. Down before, so I'll take a bit of this out the bottom. Nothing jumping out at me. So, in pointer, let's have a listen. Hello. Hello. It's in the plug. After all of that. Okay. It's in the plug. Let's look in the plug. I did take this over the plug, although I didn't see it. Because I didn't look on the edge, obviously, where it was. And there it is. That looks like, I'm going to say fired bullet. No, it's a moo tube. After all of that, it's a moo tube. What I was absolutely... I know, after I was certain that that's what that other one was, that oil filtery looking thing, it's a moo tube in this field. It's going to be what it is. I will check the hole. It was, what, 4 or 5 inches down. Not the world's most exciting signal, but it did prove that all 3 of them saw it. Aluminium anyway. We'll need to find another signal and do this experiment again and try and get something that's like copper alloy or silver. That's a bit more something we want to look at. But in the interim, at least we know that for aluminium, they will all find it. This is a pasture, so the prettiness of putting this back isn't as important as it would be if it was someone's garden, but I will stomp that all down. Make sure that it's all okay. Get this back over here. Take it off the meat. And that's it. That's absolutely what it was. Bah humbug. See you on the next. Hiya folks, I am out in a very, very cold field in the Highlands of Scotland, and I have just come across something that I've dug out the ground. I'm trying to find a signal that I can detect deep with the ultimate coil, and then what I'm going to do is put the 24 and the 28 on and see how they sound. But in the meantime, in that search for a really good signal and learning how this field sounds, because it sounds different to the one I was on yesterday, or day before yesterday, I've come across something and I don't know what it is. So I'm going to put it out to you guys to see if anybody has any ideas. So give me 2 seconds, I'll flip the camera around and you can have a look at it. Okay, so here we go. What in the world is that? It's got like holes like a lantern. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get it so that it gets the resolution. The snow is playing up with the camera. It's got holes like a camera. It's got lines on it. Let's see if we put that back down. There we go. You can see that better now. It's got strange lines on it. And there's metal in here. You can see that. Now, I am on a plateau up above. I don't think this is Iron Age, but above on a plateau up above a crannog that was also used in the medieval period as a hunting lodge, and it became a kitchen garden as well. So I'm not sure what this is, whether this is tractor debris, whether this is from the dairy that was here later, farm debris, is it medieval? I don't know what it is. It's like layers. It's coming off in like layers. That's really strange. It's like paper there, but then there's like this bit of whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know. It was a very strange signal. It wasn't iron. There's obviously a bit of iron there, but it must have been picking up this, which maybe is copper. I don't know. It's quite odd. So, yeah. I need to get back to that signal because it's trying to find that signal for you guys, because it's going to get dark very soon here. You can see the snow clouds are building up there, and it is looking rather bruised sky, and I do want to find that signal so I can do that that test of the 3 coils. But I came across this and I just thought, nah, I need to share that out. I don't know what it is. So I shall leave that with you. Some kind of filter. Yeah, Dyson, it might be. I don't know. I suppose it could have come off of a tractor. It's weird. There's like lines there. It does just come off into fragments. I mean, you do find such weird and wonderful things when you're metal detecting that you just have no clue what they are. And then somebody looks at it and goes, oh yeah, that's obvious. That's a blah, blah, blah. And you can't see it at the time because you're there. But I'm going to just leave this out with you guys and go back to trying to find a signal, and maybe I'll come back in the comments later and see. But yeah, so hang in there, and hopefully I'll get this video done today and I can get it edited and maybe up tomorrow for the one about the different coils. It'll be a New Year's present for everyone. And yeah, I shall leave you with this weird looking filter thing. An oil filter. Yeah, it might be like an old, you know, like one that would have gone on a tractor or a car or something. It's just very odd. Very, very odd. Up here on the top of a hill, just, you know, in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there are a couple of houses around here, but it's a strange find. But I guess it could have been a dump. Not that we've really come across many signals in this area that are, you know, indicate that it is a dump, but I suppose it could have fallen off of a tractor maybe. It is definitely cold. I have 4 layers of clothes on and 2 layers of gloves, so it's not too bad. But the ground isn't frozen solid, so I'm doing better than like folks in, say, Wyoming or Wisconsin, where their ground is frozen and they can't even dig. At least I can still dig. But anyway, I am going to stop yapping and get out and find this signal with this Ultimate Ultimate 13. I did find one thing. Let me just dig that out and I will show you, because I've been checking signals because I don't really know the field very well. And the first thing I found was this horrible bit of iron there, which was reading up really brightly. And then this thing, which I wish I'd actually done. It was, it's part of Apollo. Yes, indeed. It fell out the sky. This thing, which I haven't checked whether it's silver or not, or whether it's aluminium. It's probably aluminium. It was reading really nicely, but it had a grunt of iron, and I thought, I bet that's a mood tube, so I'm not going to use that for my coil test. And then this popped out, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. But who knows? And I shall, the numbers keep going up, but I need to leave you fine folks so I can go and find a signal so I can make this video. So watch this space, and if I find something else, I'll let you know.